track up. I'm never gonna back down. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, my time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Hello guys, how we all doing today? Welcome to the National Mobile Pro League, of course, sponsored by Game Evil, and I'm your host, Black Mata. Of course, I'm here with my co-caster, Eugene Abudebi. Hello man, how are you doing today?
Hey, Black Matter, how are you doing? Nice to see you again. Different league, different day, same violence. Welcome to the Mpro League. 8 match days in. Well, so much has happened, but today, let's just get to the crux of things. First up, X Nonagons versus Bear X Trinity, the innovators versus the instinctive. Nonagons, unpredictable, creative chaos wrapped up in composure, while Bear, well, forged from aggression and ambition and hybrid built to hunt, and currently Africa's champions. Expectations here, man.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone is looking forward to Bear X Trinity really just absolutely mowing down X Nonagon. But then, chat, what do you guys think? That's gonna be a question I'm gonna be posing to you guys. The evening, get straight to the hard point here. Numbers are gonna be falling, and of course, Charisma picks up an early 3-piece at that. Devil picks up another one, but Bear X Trinity off to a great start. That heal time will reset there. That's the first one, the P1. Of course, more yellow here. Charisma picking up more numbers for the side of Bear, and X Nonagon going to play catch up for the people.
For anyone trying to get their bearings and figure out, hey, where the heck are we? Welcome to Combine. That's the venue for this hardpoint matchup. And what you're seeing on your screen is essentially Bear X Trinity trying to break away on P1. They're 17 points into the job so far. And now catching up with the current scrap time on the hill as Darox tries to go overhead, playing Obi-Wan Kenobi with the high ground, goes down to meet the challenge, but it's still all scrap time, goes in to stop the count. He has his way cleared. Bear hold the final 10 seconds, getting completely, quite literally, the scraps of P1 as we rotate to now the money hill. Again, it's always P2 we end up talking about, Black Matter. Always P2. And who's there? On the minimap, I see all yellow, but they're about to meet.
Yeah, they're about to beat here. Charisma still picking up for the bus. Another 3-piece from Charisma. My goodness. This man really did come to kill tonight. And that's going to be the hill time owned by Bear. And making sure Charisma picks up another double pace. And that's Frozen picking up one. And the kill feed is still yellow. Meanwhile, Devilman here on the XM4 War Machine coming up from the side of X Nano Guns. Maybe those operator skills might make the difference. Might get those skill plays in blue. As we're going to be seeing Bear Street now on the 50-point mark. The hill time owned by X Nano Guns. What was that? I thought it's going to be a War Machine pickup. And now the hill time taken back by Bear. Mono rack up some more numbers to get close. Charisma now with the equalizer picks up another 2-piece. At this point, they're just getting numbers after numbers, and X-Nonagon has no answer to this decimation.
Nonagon's completely struggling as Mandem pulls out the War Machine. Operator's skill meant to do what it does, and they do get quite literally scraps out of P2, dragging out the last 10 seconds as Bear choose to prioritize rotations towards P3. P3 is very exposed, not quite in the open, but still too many entry points, and they get there first. They already used the P2 to try and break away on the scoreline. They have a 40-point cushion thus far. The contest comes through, but it's still hanging on all Bear. Convincingly spoke too soon as Nonagons use this to hit 30 points and then some. But can they hold is the question. We're currently watching 4G as the Nonagons just lost possession of the site. He takes the upstairs as the rest of his team trying to give his team some cover fire through the smoke to come through, but dropped as Frozen and Darox take position to give time for Jax and the rest to come in for backup. Final 30 seconds on this position, and it's still Bear trying to use it to hit the 100-point mark. 3-digit territory, but K-Money will try and drop in to spoil the party. So far, he does so, but Darox there, far off on a different gunfight, getting a 3-piece for himself. 7 Ken will take 2 for the price of 1 as Bear get the final 10 seconds of this third position.
Yeah, that's a good nick there. MB picking up a double. That's the break mission coming in. 1 will go down. And that's of course picking up onto XK Money. But now one numbers now. Mark them and them trying to find the value. Just 1 will fall though. Bear Extremity close to 100-point mark. The hill time's gonna be reset. Who's gonna get that first? It's gonna be the big question. But it looks like Bear's gonna be contested by both teams. One of us will fall. K Money now the PFP. Finds one. Charisma picks up 2 pieces. Bear 1 with Godwin onto 40 and Envy. And X-Nonagons absolutely getting mowed down by Bear Street as they cross the 100-point mark. Now they're gonna get on the War Machine. Now Sparrow and Envy finds one onto Darius, finds 2 onto Frozen, and Envy finds a triple onto Charisma with the Sparrow. Now K-Money and Devilman picking up 1 number for the side of None because they're trying to close in that lead. They have the healing time. They want to get numbers. Envy's still picking up 4 with the Sparrow. Frozen goes down again, and that's the first 4 to picking up 1. K-Money responds with the VMP as well. Bear Experience, they're on the past 100-point mark, but X-Nonagon looks like they might be catching up soon.
I'm loving the proper use of the Tempest as multiple operator skills come into play at this point. It was a very exposed hill that barely any team has gotten to use properly. I'm speaking more, of course, acknowledging as well that Nonagons have used that to get to the 70-point mark in this game with a 30-point gap. Now that deficit grossly reduced. They're trying to use that to completely catch up, and they just might. 30 points means absolutely nothing by hard point standards. And the hill activates. Lying there, going prone, it's Darox. He waits for backup. K-Money will spawn right behind them, but Darox takes care of the job. Charisma elsewhere doing a doozy on 4G fresh off his respawn. But the hill is now empty. This is a very exposed one, and I understand why the hill could remain empty for quite some time, because guys are popping out of any single point. You can't even tell the point you got flipped out in this particular hill. E1 is very dicey, but then you take position right now as Frozen has going prone right beneath that Humvee. Charisma doing the Lord's work on the outside with the equalizer, doing anything but equalizing for the final 10 seconds as we get to the money hill for the second round in a row. This is P2 about to come into activation as the priority becomes rotations, rotations, rotations. Keyword for hardpoint.
Yep, keyword for hard point he did. But then that's 8-143. That's the scoreboard. And Bear Extremity man there with War Machine 5-1. But that's gonna be only one there. Bear Extremity have more where that came from. Now past the 150 mark. Now they will respond with another War Machine on their side this time. Hill time owned by them. 157, 181 is your scoreboard. And so far, none of them still PPI below that 100-point mark. And that's a triple for Frozen with a Sparrow. But that's gonna be 4. And so far, so good. Bear Extremity, they have every answer to every spawn trap or spawn point they can get hold on. But so far so good. Excellent guns, keep it at the 100-point mark. Darks are Frozen, making sure they keep it that way, making sure they get closer to that 200-point mark. 18 seconds left for the hill time. Still on by Extremity, still contested by Nona Guns as Heavy picks up a double with the PMP. And so far, Nona Guns, they take back the hill time. But can't he make it work? PMP now to the rescue, but maybe not. Bear Extremity takes back the hill time. Scrap time now. 2 seconds left. The hill time will reset, and Bear Extremity who's gonna get that first. It's gonna be the big question now. 4G on the VMP and the Divine Snake as well. Everything being used for teams, breaking out all the operating skills as well. Every brings up the Sparrow, but that's gonna find only one. Frozen goes down to 7x, but so far Envy now picks up one. Maybe pick up a double, maybe find a double. Yes, he does. That's an unofficial double. The hill time is good by None of X. None of God. Maybe get past that 100-point mark. Yes, they do. That hill time will get them those points they need. But man, the score lead is still owned by Bear Extremity.
From the score, the story is being told. You can tell who took advantage of P2 by the time we're getting to this hill. Bear closing in on 220 points out from GG, not GG's exactly, but closing in, close enough, in warning territory. But this time, it's Mandem collecting at the entrance. It's Annie still holding the line for Nonagons, as thus far, they've done well to maintain control and proper possession of position 3. And now the Predator missiles will come and rain hell and hit absolutely nobody, as Darox elsewhere fighting off Mandem and winning the gunfight. But still, where it matters, Nonagons have used P3 to their advantage. We get to the very exposed hill. This is where any score streaks will come into play, as Charisma just keeps on collecting. For the Bear side, the chief carriers have been surprise, Charisma and 7Ken. Really, on 36 and 35 kills, respectively. Devilman will come through having, fresh off the P3 position, but doesn't manage to break through, as now the Bear side, trophies drop, but they have a full guard, and trophy systems will fall, as operator skills come into play as well. We're watching Jack on the XM4 automaton just mowing down from every giving entrance. He is currently getting the scrap time while the rest play Overwatch on the outskirts to frustrate on the respawns through the smoke. Virtual proverbial Batman, Mandem will come through to try and take them. He takes 2 for the price of 1, cleans out Roten, throws them and Jack in one foul swoop, but for the final 10 seconds, they've only managed to hit 143 the Nonagons, while Bear are closing in and fast on GG's, thanks to 7Ken and his efforts, hand bundled by Charisma and Fast, who closely hit the 40 bomb mark already.
Yep, what's going on, Mark did, and that's gonna be taken by the side of Bear. 223, 143 is your scoreboard. One number's gonna be found. Charisma still picking up more. Board and side of PMP in hand. That's a double, 2-piece. Easy. I want attack. Maybe a triple. Yes, it is. That's a triple. Maybe a quad. No, it won't be. It's gonna be shut down, taken down, and that's none of God's telling to him. You've done enough for his hard points. The attack's gonna be owned by us, but no. The big contested Frozen now with a 3-piece on the Sparrow. 40 with a Tempest. Frozen now with a 5-piece, and 40 responds by shutting him down with a Tempest. 234. The attack's still owned by them. 237, 149. None of God's Darox Charisma doing what they can to get to some points, to get even faster before they make any funny games. But now everyone Sparrow 40 picks up one, and that's gonna be a 2-piece now on every 3-piece with a Sparrow. And you can tell that Sparrow is the MVP operator skill in this game. A 156 to 48, 2 more points left, and that's gonna be the hard point in favor of Bear Extremity.
If Dominance had a soundtrack, it will sound exactly like this round of Hardpoint. As Bear Extremity take the day, and convincingly, 250. Look at that scoreline, man. 7Ken and Charisma. If we'll get to the kill counts for both these players, you will see exactly why Bear are the way they are at this moment. 43-46. I mean, good lord. Good lord. Ironically, Charisma had the bigger kill count. but the impact player was 7 Ken, and we saw that he held the XM4, and that man made proper use of it. For Nonagons, they tried to drag their way in, and Any was the impact player for that side. Imagine, wow, 34 kills for him, and for Mandem, who came in close, had a higher kill count of 36. Of course, the the impact also in holding the position and your scrap time does count into the scoreline. Meanwhile, yeah, where it matters in the series, Bear have the win on hardpoint, 250 to 156. We're about to head straight into Search and Destroy. And that map is the Snipey Badlands, the North African Badlands of Tunisia. Love those. Love that. A proper
Yep.
sniper's nest, Black. A proper
Yep.
sniper's nest.
Sniper's Nest, you will say Trey's gonna come through more and more. But then with the way Bear X Trinity played in the hard point, man, it's crazy, man. I mean, these guys, charisma, they make sure 4G did try, the MV did try as well with the Sparrow. I think we've got to call out the Sparrow though. It's definitely the MVP operator skill in that hard point because I mean 2 Ps, 3 Ps, 4 Ps, 5 Ps, and you can tell both teams really wanted to make the most. But ultimately, they were the better ones when it comes to the hard points. They weren't gonna take any chances. None of the guns looked like they were gonna come close. It looks like they were kind of closing in the lead at some point, but they said, "All right. We're messing with you guys. We're gonna lock in and we're gonna take the win." And that was exactly what they did. But now we're going to XND Tunisia. If you know anything about Tunisia, you know that is snipers then. You know you've got to watch your movement unless you get a free haircut, like I would say.
Yep, a free haircut, a free haircut. That's exactly what you're going to get at Tunisia, and especially the sites now. A priority for the sites where most people prioritize going for the A site, which is very risky. B is very risky in terms of actual gunfights but it's a safe bet that most people don't end up going for. I don't understand why. Most of the pro players end up choosing the A site, risking gunfights towards A and the mid point, and it's the snipers who reign the day, who wreak havoc on Tunisia, and they use the rest for the guys carrying the SMGs and automatic rifles. Use that for cover fire to try and get towards the objective of planting or either defending. And I just can't wait to see what happens here. Maybe the Nonagons have something in their war chest that we haven't seen, because coming into this, Bear look like Thanos. They are touted as heavy favorites to just take the series easily. And I'm going to snitch on you, Black Matter.
Yep.
You openly said you already know the results to today's matches. Oh man, oh boy, I'm going to snitch on you, my guy. I'm just going to snitch on you. Do you
Yeah.
want me to say what you predicted here?
Yeah, I kind of say I don't think okay, yeah, people's favorite, okay, people's favorite, right? Everyone knows that if I do ask the opinion of the chat, there's a good chance if we wait for like 2 minutes, right, we're gonna see a Bear supporter. And we're gonna see, maybe we're gonna see a non-gun supporter, but yeah, more on Bear. And you know what, man? You saw the performance in the hard point, and you definitely know they're not gonna let anything slack. They know what they're dealing with. Non-guns, I'm not exactly underrating them, but man, we have seen Bear play, and we have seen them in S&D. But then, like we always say, S&D is a different game mode, man. In as much as I can drop my own predictions and make my own statements, the game ultimately will decide how things turn out. And that's gonna be the eventual game. We might get to see a raid, we might get to see a control rather. We might get to see a control, but that's dependent on how the S&D turns out. But then if you're a Bear fan, you don't want to see that control. You want to just end things with the S&D. And if you're a non-go fan, well, control is your lifeline. So yeah, you want to see that control, man.
Yep, this is a 7-round torture session because every round matters, every kill will count, and every second will drip with consequence here. Because by the end of tonight, some dreams on this table will fade. Because as it stands, remind me where the table stands. At the top of it is not even Bear. Yeah, the table has Paradox at the top of it. Ace Gamers coming in second, and Bear in third. Where Nonagons in fifth. Nonagons right now currently in fifth. A win today, will it help them climb up the table? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it will.
mean, Yeah, it would. It's actually, if we can look at the stats here, you can see that Nonogons are actually the sixth. So it's kind of sorry, rather the fifth. So it's the fifth versus the third. So it's a really, it's kind of like, okay, look, we want to overthrow and climb up that leaderboard, that ladder there. So we want to get some points for ourselves. And so far, if that's their intention, well, the hard points didn't exactly communicate their, how strong their intention was. But then there's still more games to come, and hopefully we get to see them climb up that ladder, man. If you're not a Gun fan, you want to see your team on that number one spot, but that's not bare right now. They are number three. I will mention that, and if they lose this game, they will fall down even more on that ladder. So if you're a Bear fan, number one is your spot. But yeah, while we wait for the S&D to get ready and the players to be ready in the lobby, I want to know what you guys think, chat. What do you think? Do you think the S&D is going to be taken by external gun, we get to say control? Or yeah, back to the casters though. Eugene, what do you think? I'm going to put you on the spot now. What do you think, man? Do you
I'll
think they
go.
can take the S&D?
I'll dodge your question immediately and just go to straight to what No Bones has written in chat. Bear wins easily. Bear
Yeah,
wins easily. I'll disagree on the search and destroy specifically because SND is a very dicey mode, especially on
yeah.
that map. And Nonagons are no pushover either. I'd have said they'd win easily on hardpoint, which they have, and it wasn't easy by any means. It was semi-easy, but I think Nonagons will make them work for it on Tunisia. Nonagons will make them work for it on Tunisia, and that's what we're about to see. Or if you're just joining us, welcome to the Mpro League. Right now, today, well, this story will write itself in the lobby. And yeah, my prediction is it's not going to be an easy win for Bear, but it's going to be an eventual win for Bear.
Eventually, it's going to turn out in their favor. And that's what matters. The end justifies the means, man. The end justifies the means. It might be difficult. It might be tough. We might get to see a little back-to-back there in the S&D. Maybe 2 rounds back-to-back, or maybe 1 round back-to-back, or it might be a full-on 7-0. I mean, we have seen them do that. It's not new. It's not new, man.
Mm. Well, in any case, we know the map. The first map, if you just missed it, was Hardpoint on Combine. Not a Black Ops, an Call of Duty Advanced Warfare map, played out heavily in favor of Bear X Trinity. We're about to see Tunisia going straight into search and destroy. Will be the snipey North African Badlands. That could be the potential winner for Bear Clan in this series. Or an undergone redemption story, a redemption arc, comeback story for them to keep themselves alive in the series and see an eventual control, which might be on raid.
Yeah, eventually, man. Eventually, we're gonna see the end of it all. And so far, the fixtures, I mean, I have to come out and say it though. The players, man, they absolutely did what they could. And then that's gonna be the S&D. We go straight to the S&D. Numbers will be picked up there with the equalizer. Rather, I correct myself, with the machine pistol, and that's gonna be Envy picking up another there. And you can tell that Darox will get sent to the next round. 2, 3. Okay, wait, I'm gonna correct myself there again. 2v3 is gonna be the numbers left, and Bear Extreme to the bottom, but that's gonna be the one fight coming in, and 2 members will fall, and Bear Extreme to, of course, take the first round.
Bear X Trinity taking round 1. They are looking to go home and fast. Right, go straight again. Responsibility for putting down that bomb falls to Bear. It's Jack carrying it. They go straight at the mid site. Bold of them. Ballsy move, but they're trying to use that to blank out the A site. That's a madman strategy. If ever I saw one. That is one way to approach the A site, and it finally works for them for a bit. But it's down to a 3v3 as the dominoes fall. The trades are immediate. Mandem did collect on behalf of the Nonagons, and then some. But before he was dropped, he took 2. Now it's Frozen quickly putting down the bomb. The info is out. 40 seconds to take action. As 7 Ken, Charisma, and Frozen stand ready. Any one of them sniping? I do not see a single damn snipe. Oh, it's Charisma. Charisma sniping. Oh my goodness. Can we see what Charisma is seeing? There we go. There's a Tantra. Anyone home to receive? Yep, there might be as Devilman falls. 4G will be sniping on his own as well. 4G versus Envy. Envy this time versus 7 Ken. 7 Ken on the machine pistol as Frozen takes Envy.
Lost that round, but it's not
Wow,
Yeah.
that was a quick dispatch from Bear.
I kind of like the fact that 7K realized, okay, look, just screw the sniper, man. I'm just gonna go with machine pistol, the one weapon that has had an absolute reputation since the Mpro League started. It can tell, okay, look, okay, the sniper did not work. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up close and personal. Let's settle things out. Let's sort things out. But that's gonna be gunfights coming in. The nades going in. Of course, they start with the nades, but the numbers will be dropped. Man, they my charisma. Can set the next round 1v1, lost 1v2, and more numbers will fall. The bomb being planted and Bear realized danger. It's a 4v3 or 3v2. One of us will fall. 4G goes down. Oh, it did not go down. We go out without a trade. Darox finds K money. Now we take 1v3. Looks like this round might be in favor of Bear as the last man standing on the side of X Nonogons. Maybe he might be able to get that diffusing. Maybe he might be able to get that diffusing. Yes, he will get that diffusing. And that's the round taken by X Nonogon. I mean, the strategy in this round, man.
Yep, the strategy is pretty heavy there. So far, Nonogons have managed to register, put themselves on the board, as now they're looking to write themselves into the story emphatically, force their way in. As Jack now carrying the bomb yet again. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and that crown was too heavy for Jack. He got dropped first blood by K Money. Darox traded in immediately, but that bomb is on the floor. Frozen took it and dropped immediately as well. K Money. Not K Money, Charisma takes 2 for the price of 1, takes 3 to close things out. Shredding right through. That man is playing angry.
Jesus.
They do not want to waste time. They actually don't.
Yep, they want to just end things quickly. You can tell that they did not take that round. They lost by strat easily. You can tell External gone. They're like, okay, look, we can't take out there, right? We can't take out their players. Let's just get those strats in, get that bomb product necessary. But that's gonna be Jack falling, first man down. And so far, 5v4. And no, Charisma will fall again, and 2 numbers will drop immediately. Another falls, and that's gonna be the machine pins to kill 3v1 for the side of X. None of God, they have numbers advantage, but can't make the most of it at this point. It's a 1v2 now. Now USS9, 1 man left. Darox, man, you might be able to clutch it. 1 left. 1 person left. Darox might be able to clutch it. 60 man back. Check your corner. Check your corner. Darox, maybe a panic, maybe a gunfight, but no. X not gone. They lost the 3v1 advantage, and Darox will be the man to clutch it for Bear Extremity as they take round 5. Round 6, here we go.
Defend the objective.
Darox showing exactly why that man is actually the most feared player on the continent right now. Darox leading his men, captaining the Bears. And Frozen will be carrying the bomb, and yet again repeat footage as Frozen gets taken out first by 4G, holding the sniper, and makes use of that VMP. Jack will trade in, but it might be too late. Nope, spoke too soon. 7Ken makes it even. Stevens as Devilman returns the number advantage by taking Jack and 7Ken as K Money closes out with Charisma. 2 for Nonagon. Wow, we're getting straight to round 7 as now the roles have traded. The roles have traded. The responsibility for bearing down the bomb will fall to the Nonagons this time. Can they do a better job than Bear did?
Yeah, man. I mean, to be fair, man, they did have very good strat in that last game. I think they're not gonna have kind of relied on strat at this point, but that's gonna be MV falling an early takeout. And you can tell if you're MV, you don't want to make that same mistake. Now the smoke's gonna come out there, man. Them and Devilman, they're sticking together. The nade's gonna be thrown, and so far, Bear Extremity is tapping their numbers and it's gonna fall. And that Charisma picking up Charisma will get that Frozen goes that as well. And now it's another 1v2. And before I can say it, Jack gets taken out, and Nonagon will take it around for themselves. Just pure TDM in this one.
What's happening to the Bears? Because they walked straight into that ambush and they weren't even delivering the bomb. The bomb wasn't even down, but hey, we go again. Mandem delivering the bomb, holding it for the Nonagons. They're 1 round away from leveling things. 1 round away. They prioritize the A site yet again. It worked for them once. They're going to try it again. Darox gets Devilman, takes Envy as well. As he goes long on a USS 9. That ambitious man takes 4G as well, but not before Mandem trades in. And now, last one is K Money. Machine Pistol doesn't amount to anything as Charisma finishes the job. 5 for Bear. 2 round cushion to them. We start again around number 9. It seems defense, they might be finding their foot on defense now. Charisma chooses to go for the B side predictably. Tosses a nade. Yes. Catches no one. It's smoke as well. But Charisma does catch Envy. Any just rushes straight into the VMP fire. And Mandem still holding the bomb now is frozen in his tracks because they decided to go for B. And now they're trying to be careful. The man holding the bomb can fall, and he does. It's now traded. Devilman trades in with Frozen, but it might mean nothing. 2v1. Can he capitalize? He does take Darrox 1v1. How did this man come in so clutch? He has to take the bomb now, which he has. And he's going to, rightfully so, be rattled by that, the way his teammates fell, and choose a different site, the A site. 1v1 against 7ken. 7ken surely by this time knows this man is no longer here. There's nobody home. Because the dinner bell will be ringing shortly when that man puts the bomb down, and he has plenty of time to do so. Meanwhile, 7ken is so far off, I could get married by the time he gets to the A site. The bomb is down. 40 seconds. Thundra in hand. 7ken now knows Devilman gonna wait. And the bait and switch. Baited with the nade. He's hurt. 7ken chooses to pursue rather than defuse, and has plenty of time to defuse. Smart on his part. Job well done to make it 6 for the Bears.
I mean, 7ken actually sliding in, checking corners, and getting that kill out. That was absolutely how you should play a 1v1 clutch. That is absolutely how you should play. You cannot walk into a 1v1, guys. I mean, if you do find yourself in a situation like this, Chad, you need to slide in if you are entering a place or a corner that you are not sure if your enemy will be there. But then this is going to be the round 10. Also, maybe points round, series points for Bear if they do take this round. Their 3-round cushion, it's a good comfortable place for them. They do have one gold in their favor now. Nobody's going to be falling there. That's a 1-4-2 trade. 3v3 now. Nobody's going to be tied. No, it's not going to be tied anymore. It's a 2v2. And yes, I will correct myself. Of course, they make me do it. It's going to be 2v1. And the 40 will pick up Frozen. Now the last one standing. But Jack again will throw it and give that round to Nonagons, as Bear will have only 2-round cushion from 1.
I am worried. Part of this team for the Bear side is supposed to represent Africa, and the stats, I know Charisma is going to be among them. Darrox is on the main Bear squad. 7ken is on the main Bear squad. Not sure about Jack and Frozen, but hey, there are certain things that shouldn't be happening now that shouldn't happen in World Champs. Charisma falls first to K Money, and now Mandem charged with responsibility for putting down the bomb. They still have the numbers advantage by 1 man, as Darrox levels things quite easily and quickly, taking Devilman. Vengeance kill. Frozen adds to the tally by taking K Money. Darrox will take 4G as well, and Jack adds Mandem to the tally to try and correct me, as now Bear look to close out the series in a dominant fashion by hunting this last man, and the series best of 3 falls to the Bear X Trinity side, who took hardpoint and now take Search and Destroy convincingly.
Man, I feel like that was just them just messing around, man. I feel like they knew they had it in store, and they just basically didn't want to, like, there's something like, let's just drag things out a little bit. Let's make it look like we are actually, they're actually trying, they're actually convincing, and it looks like they want to try. Yeah, exactly. Let's just keep them around. Let's make them think they can take it. Okay, but then we're gonna take it eventually. So yeah, so far we can see it starts here. Devilman on 154 for the side of X, but I think he was the one that did the most there. I mean, picking up 3 kill in a single round, that's gonna be worth mentioning at least for the side of X Guns. And Bear, man, I mean, you've got a lot of people worth mentioning here. You've got Charisma, you've got Darrox with that 1v3 clutch situation, and I think probably the person not to mention much is Jack, because he did throw 2 rounds to Guns.
Yes, and now Yeah, as you've gone through all the scores, I don't think there's any need for me to repeat that. But it's wild to have two players holding 12 kills on S&D and saying you're on the losing side. That is wild. That's a wild stat to have.
Yep.
The Nonagons tried their best, made it a bit close this time, tried to catch up, but each time something always got away from them. Well done to the Bear X20 side. We're going to take a short break and be back with the second fixture of the night, that being Paradox versus Ace Gamers, formerly NATO.
Chevy with the top back. Butterfly doors, watch you swallow when I stop that. Aim in my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Stay dripping on the road. Pop that, 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 dripping on the road. Pop that, 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 pop that.
Do you love playing video games? Or a professional live streamer in gaming? You can also step into the light as a professional esports player representing one of the biggest teams in Nigeria or Africa. So I guess you've landed on the right page, because here we take you into the world of games, gamers, and gaming, from tournament organizing to game shows, podcasts, you name it. You get to meet the best of the best in the esports industry right on this page. So make sure you share to someone, follow, and also subscribe to all our platforms. We're Game Evo Esports, the world of games, gamers, and gaming.
Time to wake up to a new reality.
Chevy with the top back. Butterfly doors, watch you swallow when I stop that. Aim in my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Stay dripping on the road. Pop that, 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 dripping on the road. Pop that, 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 pop
Do you love playing video games? Or a professional live streamer in gaming? You can also step into the light as a professional esports player representing one of the biggest teams in Nigeria or Africa. So I guess you've landed on the right page, because here we take you into the world of games, gamers, and gaming. From tournament organizing to game shows, podcasts, you name it. You get to meet the best of the best in the esports industry right on this page. So make sure you share to someone, follow, and also subscribe to all our platforms. We're Game Evo Esports, the world of games, gamers, and gaming.
Time to wake up to a new reality.
Okay,
All right,
guys.
welcome back.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Take it away, Black Matter. Sorry.
All right, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to the National Mobile Pro League. It's sponsored by Game Evo. And yeah, I'm gonna have to take it back, and we're gonna have to do an interview, guys. Apologies, we're supposed to do that before the intermission, but then we're gonna have to take things back now. We're gonna have to interview someone from the side of Bear Extremity. Of course, they were the winners for the first game we just streamed. And yeah, hello, man. How you doing? Hello, Jack.
Hello, thanks for having me. Yes,
Yeah, welcome.
my name is Jack.
Hey, Jack. Welcome. So this is just a quick post-match interview here. I just wanted to get the mentality of the team so far throughout this entire series, because, well, there's a half of Bear that's Bear X Trinity that's supposed to be representing the continent on World Champs, and there's the other half that's also trying to, that this merger between Trinity and Bear. What was the mentality of the
Yes.
boys, especially today, from the hard point? There was a point where you guys seemed like you had a dominant start, and then you put your foot off the gas, and you allowed these guys to hit 100 and close in within you guys. What happened?
Yeah. Actually, the beer people, they had another tournament to go. So we had to rush everything. Just even as Sunday, you can see all the rounds just running, just rush, and try to end the rounds as quick as possible. So yeah,
Oh.
even hard point. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, because there was some
Yeah.
strategies that did not seem to be, like the way the team normally plays. It seems like you guys were in a really big hurry. All right,
Yeah,
okay.
they were in a hurry.
Okay. Towards the last day. The last day should be Monday. Expectations, because you guys are third on the table. What's the game plan?
I mean, Monday, I think we face PDX. And
Yeah.
the thing is, if PDX beats Ace, whatever we do, we can't finish more than third, because Ace has better maps than us. But if Ace beat PDX and then we beat PDX, I think we can come second, because then PDX will be on 2 loss. So it depends on Ace, basically, yeah.
Okay, so you're pegging on a Hail Mary from Ace Gamers. Okay, understood. Black Matter, do you have
Yeah.
any questions?
Yeah, just one though. Do you guys believe you can come out on top? And what's the team that you feel would be the most threatening to achieve that?
I mean, I just said that, like, there's no way for us to come first, I think, because we have better map, furtherly, we have better map difference. So the best we can come is second, and that will depend if Ace beats PDX. So we're gonna wait and see.
Yeah,
Okay.
But yeah, it was an interesting tournament.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks
Okay.
so much for joining us, Jack.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your
Thank
win
you.
today. Cheers, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. All right.
GG's,
folks.
guys.
GG's. All right, guys. Of course, you just heard from Bear X Trinity's Jack, who's playing for the team as they just took a win in the series. Well, they won convincingly against the Nonagons, beating them out 2-0 in this best of threes. It's still on. We're going straight into Paradox versus Ace Gamers. Ace Gamers coming is as they rebrand, formerly known as NATO, and you just heard from Jack saying that they're moving up the table. Pegs on Ace Gamers pulling out a Hail Mary, just Hail Marys. We'll be seeing
Yep.
that shortly. Black Matter, do you think that can happen?
Yep, and production just informed us that we're gonna get straight to the hard point. Of course, it's gonna be PDX versus 8 Gamers. Well, if you're Bex Trinity, you wanna believe that Hail Mary comes through. You wanna hope that Hail Mary comes through, unless it's not gonna be your favor. But then, if you're 8 Gamers, you wanna come out on top. You don't wanna keep any team stopping you, or any team hoping on things. You just wanna come out on top. And really, man, we will get straight to the hard point. 8 Gamers PDX. Let's go. That's P1 gonna start all over again, and that's the hill time now. Going to reset now. Who's gonna get that first? That P1, of course, the center of the map, and the nades are gonna get there first before the players start contesting. Storm and Toxic picking up the first kill plots. And so far, PDX now getting the lead. Ace Gamers not a single number yet for them. The hill time is owned by them, and one number will drop, and the Cupid looking more blue than yellow. PDX off to a great start, and it looks like that Hail Mary. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know, I have to admit I was making the dumbest mistake, the old mistake I kept making. Instead of watching the actual raw feed, I was watching the live stream feed, and I was wondering why the hell did they pick Tunisia for hardpoint. But hey, we're here. It's Hacienda. 20 seconds down on P1 left, and the majority of that scrap time falls for Paradox. Ace Gamers trying to use the remainder to catch up, and they might do just that if they can hold the final 10 seconds perfectly. VNet will be responsible for that cap. He tries to buy time for the team. A bit of a contest by Dean to spoil that party, but Storm will come and clean house, but barely for 1 second, as the garage site is the venue for the next standoff. No pun intended, as Toxic takes over the price of one. Hill activates immediately, and it's all yellow as they spawn near the parking site and use that entrance to try and dive in through the smoke with the cover. For 40 seconds left, it's still all yellow as Toxic, standing by the doorway, has plenty of backup with Nundy still there to collect as well. He denies. I hope I spoke too soon. It's Jam who finds his way through. Dean tries to come in with a death machine and cleans it out, but still it's all blue for the moment. Nundy with a Sparrow will do a better job of it to clean house. Storm and Phoenix try to respond in kind, but Paradox still reign the day. Storm comes in to spoil it out. Squid will come in to stop the count, and 15 seconds left. It's 45 to 26 as the Sparrow from Storm will try and swing things the way of Ace this time to try and make room for the rotations towards P3 by the shed.
Yep, and that's gonna be Storm picking up a double with the Sparrow. Simsy here with a God Blade finds one. That's another double for the man, a triple for Simsy with the X74. And you can tell that this man wants more for PDX and his gamers. Well, I mean, we do have P3 now, and both teams are going to contest heavily for it. Nundy and Simsy fighting one. Simsy now with the equalizer will find just one. Toxic finds another with a PM. You can tell PDX now past that 50-point mark. The hill time still owned by them, and Ace Game are still behind. More numbers on the side of PDX, and so far Squid now with the machine pistol goes down. That's a triple for Toxic and the Tempest. The operator skills now coming out again for both teams. Now Toxic with a bread finds one, and Dean Wu finds two, claiming to, and PDX gets even closer to the 100-point mark. 71-38, and so far Logan now with the war machine finds Squid. That's gonna be one, maybe a double, but Germ will find another. Yes, it is. Jab will go down. The train comes through. Logan puts him in the place with a war machine, and the hill time now scrap time left, and PDX are making the most of it. And so far, they may or may not have that holy grail as Ace Game are still paused on 38, and PDX approaches that 100-point mark.
Chasing 100 points, and they're convincingly doing just that. They're still early to the rotations, and Jam making beautiful use of that Tempest, taking two for the price of one. Oh God, I love the way that thing has been used this season, as now he adds another to the tally, and now the activation finds Ace on the upper hand of this seaside hill, P4, and they take it. Squid uses his death machine to clean house and keep the wolves at bay thus far to try and minimize the damage already done by Paradox. They are there early to the party, and the rotations making good use of it. Narc read the script No type of flank is going to catch him unawares as the War Machine from VNex is keeping everyone's toes out of that hill. Not a single South African toe has set foot on P4 as of yet. They come in to spoil the party, but access denied. The final 10 seconds, they're only getting the scraps of P4 as it's going to fall down to the fountain to try and bring this back and extend their lead and give themselves a nice cushion.
Capture the objective.
Cushioning will be, but that's 100-point mark now reached by PDX. Now Sparrow comes to in hand. Nandi finds one through the smoke, might be able to find another, but no, the Sparrow is not willing. Now Toxic picks up a double with the EMP, and so far so good. Simpsy finds another, Simpsy a double with equalizer, Simpsy a triple with equalizer out to Storm. Nandi finds another, and PDX are way past our 100-point mark. Simpsy and Nandi still trying to find more. Now the drone will come through. Storm will shut Nandi down. 121, 73 is your score, but the whole time still owned by PDX. We're back to P1, and Ace Gamers, they want to contest, they want to get close to closing that score gap and give them a chance for that Hail Mary to happen. But Ace Gamers, they might need more than that. The whole time still contested heavily by both teams. PDX now Storm with a god lead finds one, and Nandi finds another, response with a god lead again onto Jam. Naka and Squid will fall. Simpson picks up a 2 pins, but Simpson will fall. Now that's a double. Phoenix now with the XM4 finds 2. That may not be enough. Toxic shuts it down. 127-93, and you can tell Ace Gamers made the most of that P1.
We do make the most of that P1 site. Now we're trying to get into P2. The garage site yet again, fresh off the activation. It's still Paradox. They break away hill. This could be it. By any argument, this garage site is the breakaway. Dean by the parking site, trying to keep everyone at bay. On the other side, Logan with his War Machine guards the door and takes 2 with that War Machine, making good use of it. They're still measured as VNex tries to force his way in and does. Somehow he outguns the War Machine and makes room for Ace to get in. 30 seconds left, plenty of time, but can they hold is the real question as Squid is left the last domino as Dundee takes both of the 2 Ace Gamers men just in time for them to hit 100, a 50-point gap left for Ace to try and catch up to. Dean, meanwhile, will spray and pray irrespective of whatever direction. He doesn't care about the spawns. He just sees blue and he hits it. This time, down to rotate. Who get there first? It's still Dean trying to just fire at anything that moves that's not a teammate as they hit 171 at the closer of the P2 hill. The Germ tries to play it safe, trying to find any yellow that comes through. That onslaught by the Death Machine scared him a bit. Fresh off the activation. Now it's Ace. The hill is active. 50 seconds. It swung the way of Paradox faster than I could blink. It's all yellow as Storm tried to flank. It didn't happen. By the shed, Nandi comes through, access denied. The Bluetooth device will not connect this time. Logan tries to spray through the smoke, not getting a chance. It's Jam still working overtime. This man is overclocking his automaton as Toxic Nandi added to the tally. Jam keeps on collecting. I think that man is on a combo. I can't tell, but they're catching up. The damage being minimized as 20 seconds left on P3, and it's a dominant hold on P3 by the Ace Gamers side thus far. Paradox will get the scraps for the final 10 seconds. Even then, it's a full contest as Jam adds to his tally with a nade, taking 2 for 1. It's a fire sale that rained 2 Paradox players. We rotate to the seaside hill for P4.
Yep, making the most there. VNex now picks up a 2 piece, 185, 134, and that hill time will reset once more. They tell PDX wants to get that fast, but unfortunately, Ace Gamers will get that one. Maybe they might use this to get that close in that score gap, but then 143, 185 is your score gap, and they're getting closer. 40-point difference, if I do say so. But PDX will realize that heavily contested for it, but Ace Gamers will maintain that lead with Storm picking up a 2 piece, 4 piece with the Sparrow, and it will say that a Hail Mary just might be in the hard point. It just might start here. 162, 185, 20-point score difference now. Not 60 Storm Squid. They know what they're doing and they keep styling on PDX and holding down this hill time. 172, 185. Nundi and Toxic. Nundi will got their feet and find Toxic with the friend. Shuts him down. Now the opponent's skills will come in. Local with War Machine finds one of the 10 best as well. War Machine finds a double. But now can Storm have a response to that? He will pick up. That's a triple there for Local who gets shut down. Jump response. Squid get taken down and more numbers will fall PDX. But back to P1. And this just might be around that might be anyone's game with the way Ace Gamers have been holding this P-Max, man.
Bear X Trinity were really praying that Ace put on a result here. They didn't. Jack didn't sound like he had too much hope in an Ace win here. But look at this. These men have held the line thus far. They're 30 points away from 200, where Paradox so far are holding the 200-point mark. Meanwhile, Ace somehow getting into P1. A bit of a contest, push and shove, wall-to-wall brawl on that Fountain Hill, and Nundi cleans house. But still, it's Ace. Contest, stop the count. Nundi still holding the doorway, loses the gunfight to Nog. Squid comes in as backup, swinging the way of Ace to try and hit their own 200. The Hail Mary is all too real, but it gets to who rotates first. I see Storm, he did get there first. Long on the ram. This man takes two. He has backup and then some. They spawn on the right side of this map, closing in on the garage site as it activates. It will be a blue bodies holding steady as the Sparrow comes into play for Storm to help them capitalize. But can they hold as the contest comes through the smoke? They are flying blind. Everybody flying and firing blindly. All cylinders firing, throwing everything, and then the kitchen sink as Nundi send his men. Full swing, a full 5-man send of Paradox falls on P2 as the Ace Gamers finally hit 200. It might be closing in. Can they full sail reverse this, hoist the sails, or will Paradox, the South Africans, hold the line? Meanwhile, it's 207 and Ace, and still counting on P2. This hill, this hold, can the rebrand for NATO, now Ace Gamers, stand the test of time against a dominant South African side? Toxic tries to force his way onto this hill. Access denied. We are level. The rotations will matter to P3. Black Matter. It is happening. Dear God, it is happening. 227, and for the first time in this series, Ace Gamers, I do not believe it, have the damn lead. This hill will definitely be GG's as Paradox get there first. Logan firing on the War Machine to try and keep everyone at bay, but the contest has found its way there as Ace is in the hill, but it's cleaned out by Logan's War Machine. 230 as Paradox take their lead back. 40 seconds and counting. Who gets there first? Where are the Ace Gamers guys spawning? They're far out of the hill. This might be hopeless as they try and draw near. They get in.
To 35 to 29. One more bus move for. And so far, so good. With 29, Ace Gamers. I mean, the hard point is being contested by both teams. 235. One more bus quick now with the death machine comes in. Squid comes in to clear the hill. Into 5. And now will pick another. 236. Ace Gamers are taking it back. And that will not be enough. BDS gets it back. Again, Mono was back and forth for both teams. 242 to the SP with a double on the spread. Not the Local by the toss, but that's gonna be Dean. Falling again, 244. PDX takes it back one more time. We're gonna get straight down. And Storm was gonna get that first. And next heel time, it's gonna be Ace Gamers. They will take more numbers down. Maybe get back that lead. But Sparrow is not shooting like Green Arrow. And 244. Ace Gamers taking back again. One full of starting a point. And Ace Gamers now, they have the lead once more. But PDX are trying what they can. 248. Storm with a triple on the Sparrow, but Ace Gamers, they maintain the hopes of Bear, and they say that the Hail Mary will be the hard point, as PDX will lose it to them.
Pressure rose. They didn't break. They became diamonds. Bear have a lifeline to go up the table tomorrow. This time, it's because on account of Ace. Currently second place on that table very as well. Wow. What a round. This might be arguably the best round Ace Gamers have played of their hardpoint lives, because they have stood a test of a team that was an actual world champs African contender.
Yep.
This South African team at LAN was an actual contender. This Ace rebrand, formerly NATO, a reject from that same side. NATO fell, and wow. They have proven their mettle. The numbers tell the story, 40 bombs on each end, a testament to what was left of that Hacienda battlefield. 49 kills for VNex, MVP of the day and impact player for Ace. That man, that legend, dragged his team for arguably, that was a clip for this league. That was the clip for this league. That was it.
Yep. If the production is gonna make any highlights, man, it's got to be this game. It's got to be this hard point. Man, we saw Ace Gamers go from struggling below the 100-point mark, struggling below the 200-point mark, and we saw somehow they made it work once they crossed that 200. They were like, all right, boys, time to lock in, time to give those bad fans the hope that they wanted to see, and we're gonna take back that lead. And that hold of the P2, that hold of the P3, they knew just where to take it. I mean, the scrap time on the P2 wasn't enough, and so far we saw them try their best. We saw them try their best to take things back, but a little bit too late, man. They just knew when to take it, and the target point was 250. So if you want to do a back and forth, you don't want to do a back and forth when you're above the 200-point mark. It's just too risky, man.
This will be decided on Search and Destroy. Still don't know what map that will be on. S&D, I'm looking forward to that now because there's so much at stake. So much at stake. If someone in production could just quickly shout out, this is the map, because good Lord. Right now, even chat is shook. Everybody does not believe what just happened. Nobody believes it. Ace just typing in chat, roar, because that is a map, that is a round worth roaring for, because wow. And they just did shout out the map because it's going to be a bread and butter map again for the Black Ops series. Welcome to Standoff for S&D. Standoff for S&D. That's a good choice. That's a good choice.
Yeah, it's a good choice, man.
I now understand what Jack meant. I understand what Jack meant when he said the map somehow favored Ace. I understand what he was saying when he said the maps somehow favor Ace, because these are very good map choices, and some of the familiar faces from who are currently on the Ace roster, like Germ, man, that yeah, No Bones. I can't believe my eyes either, man. No Bones in chat writing he can't believe his eyes. We can't either. That ending was insane. That ending was insane.
Yep.
Easiest way to put it. Did you predict a situation where Ace had anything in the tank to take this?
Nope. I did not see that coming, man. I did not see that coming. Carl did say that I might be surprised at the outcome for the second fixture here. I mean, the first one was pretty much decided. Everyone knew how it's going to turn out, but not this. How do you predict this kind of thing? And so far, 8 gamers have shown us that, okay, look, they're not to be underrated. We know what PDX can do. We have seen them touch S7 in the Mpro League. We have seen them touch other teams in the Mpro League, but who could predict this kind of thing? Who could predict this kind of thing? And someone says here, No Bone says they literally pulled a reverse, and at the right time, because that was when they were that close to the target point, and you can tell that he knew, okay, look, if this is gonna go anyway, it should go our way. PDX should go out of the rooster, and we should take that win. There are a lot of things riding on us. Bear for one, and so far they did not let down in that hard point. I mean, if we get to the S&D, it's a different game mode. We definitely, if you're these teams, man, you don't want to let your guard down. This is no time. If you're 8 gamers, this is no time to let your guard down. You don't want to get complacent just because you took the hard point. If you're PDX, this is no time to get let down too. Just because you lost the hard points does not mean is over. You still got the control. Hey, if you win the S&D, you get to say control, right? And if you win the control, oh, it's now in your favor, man. You take the fixture. But so far, so good. Great plays, brilliant performance from these gamers. Who would have thought, man? They might just pull out this Holy Mary.
VNX coming in as the MVP. The VNX coming in as the MVP is a statement. That man, wow, that man is not just an MVP, not just any player, but a problem with a KD ratio. A human problem with a KD ratio. That man. But now we're going straight into S&D. S&D could be a surprise because this is now up in the air. No second chances, no respawns here. This is all strategy, all comms. And one shot, one kill. I mean, wow. This is a proper decider because we're starting right now. Responsibility to put down the bomb begins. Ends with Paradox. Carrying that heavy crown. Heavy is the head of the crown. It's Cincy. Single carry for Paradox. They head straight towards the A site. And Storm takes him. Dean picks off Squid. Nundy adds Storm to the tally. Toxic will trade in. Not trade. Add Knock to the tally because they're just collecting Ace. And Germ, Liquid, left to fend off a 4-man Paradox onslaught. 40 seconds there on notice. Defuse that bomb.
That's the whole point. Defuse that bomb, but now 30-30. Now, oh my goodness, Codm Mpro, and that's gonna be Cincy getting the last one on Germ, and that's PDX starting off strong. A great first round for them. And if you're his game as well, you've still got 6 back-to-back rounds if you can take it, that is, and more rounds to come. And if you're PDX, you now have 1 round cushion, but no time to get completed. They're gonna get straight to the next round now. Toxic on the machine pistol as well as the shotgun here. Weapon of choice, not a bad one. We did see him make it work in the last round, but now the bomb to plant has still not been planted just yet. And PDX so far, doing so well. Now it's gonna be a gunfight. Maybe, yes, it will be. Dean will find that Germ. That's one person falling. His game has losing a member early 4v5. The numbers will be the advantage of PDX.
Somebody clip that man having crawled into that shotgun. My goodness, that was brutal. We start again. The bomb, nobody picked the bomb. Take notice. Paradox left the bloody bomb. Nobody has the bomb. Simsy had to run back for it because that was a lazy call out. Storm does catch Simsy on the way back to pick that bomb. That was a slack on their end. I think they forgot they were playing Search and Destroy. Logan dropped by Squid. Toxic will trade in, but now it's a 3v3. Level playing ground as Storm takes Nundy. 3v2 very quickly. Toxic trades it as well. Dean makes it, swings the advantage the way of Paradox. As now it's down to Storm to try and pull something off. They did a Hail Mary on hardpoint, but now this different monster that Search and Destroy, he's looking to do the exact same thing. 30 seconds, the bomb is not down. It's 30 seconds to put it down. Storm might be facing the wrong way. This man, he might be behind you, heading for the B side. And clearly, the situational awareness did not work in his favor there. Oh my goodness, Toxic ran literally around him to try and go all the way towards the A site. Can he put it down? 7 seconds, put down the bomb. Storm does not take notice, and now he will surely be on notice. And Toxic has nothing but time to just wait it out for him. And he'd better pray he doesn't have a close encounter behind that corner, because where is he? They're just going ring around the roses around each other. Can he go for the ninja defuse? Will he dare go for the ninja defuse? Storm, plenty of time. Defuse it, defuse it, defuse it. He's not there. He doesn't know. Oh, he undecisiveness. And that will he outgun him. 1v1. And Toxic makes him pay for that indecisiveness.
Not over yet. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely, man. I mean, that's one thing about S&D, man. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta come out with a game plan. And when you go out with your game plan, you gotta stick to it, man. You can't afford to become indecisive, especially in the midst of 1v1 situations. You wanna make sure you call your plans out, but that's gonna be such a gun missing 2 times by Storm. And 5v5, the numbers will still be preserved thanks to that gunplay. But so far, PDX now 2-round cushion, 2 rounds in their favor, back to back that is, and that Ace Gamers no rounds in their favor. Now the players will be pro trying to go for a wall bang here. Storm still missing out, Squid with VMP holding in line and just sticking with his teammate. And so far, the bomb has not gone down, the bomb has not been picked up by anyone. It seems like these players are really enjoying this TDM, man.
Yes, they are going straight for the gunfights, which, I mean, being too cocky about that, they could end up paying for that very badly if Ace Gamers lock in the way they did on that hardpoint matchup. Because nobody's holding the bomb for Paradox. They're just playing a wait and see, and they're not on the wait and see side. They cannot afford to be doing that, man. Let's see if this will play to their advantage in this round. Showing they're not in a hurry. Logan tries to go for the wall bang on the Tundra. Ambitious call there. Jerem will try and go long. Nobody home to receive. Nobody peeking on him, Johnny boy. Nobody as of yet. As Storm finally catches a first blood, it will be Logan. As Jerem misses his target, Nundy will trade in immediately as Squid does the same and catches Toxic. 4v3. Paradox losing numbers. Jerem takes another miss. Still trying to find a man. Dean barely getting away. Squid meanwhile adding to the tally, as now Paradox only have Dean to fend for them, as Ace look to register on the bomb on the board, and it will be Dean as the last domino. Ace are on the board. Round 2.
Yep, and that's 1 round cushion now, only for Paradox. And so far, if you're Paradox, well, you want to take this round for yourself back to back. You don't have the hard point to your favor. That went to Ace Gamers, and if you're Ace Gamers, this could be a start of a reverse sweep. And if you take the S&D, you potentially could go home, but that's gonna be numbers falling. And so far, 3v2. Somehow, Ace Gamers has numbers advantage. That's gonna be one taken down. Now snipers on Logan and Squid. So it seems like this might be the weapon of choice for both of them here. Maybe touch and burn on both sides. I mean, if you can wipe the numbers as fast as possible and take the round, hell, yeah, go for it. But then the bomb has not been picked up by either teams. And so far, PDX has not planted that bomb yet. And Ace Gamer said they'd have the numbers advantage. All they need to do is to stick together and maybe go for that defuse when it comes in, when that bomb is planted by PDX. But then Dean might be able to go for that touch and burn, sees the man in sight, and now holding in place. The bomb has still not been picked by PDX. I like the confidence here. They seem to know they don't have numbers advantage. And if you're PDX, you want to get that objective working in your favor. But then it looks like they are confident that they can make the clutch. But then that's Logan here with the Tundra holding in line as well. Maybe you want to go for a wall bank, maybe. Just holding in line here and then getting closer, but that's gonna be one picked up. 1v3 now, and if you're PDX, you should have gone for the bomb. Logan finds the touch and burn, gets them a free haircut, and that's gonna be 1 down. 1v2 now. Can Logan make the clutch? The bomb has still not been planted, not go down. It's 1v2. Gunman's gonna come in. Machine pistol will fail him as Squid gets him first with the VMP, and the round will be tied. Man, if they keep going like this and these gamers keep taking this round, well, I mean, it's going to be the end of everything. PDX are going to lose 2-0.
If I'm Bear X Trinity, things have gotten real. These people have given you hope. Trophy systems fall very quickly as the situation starts. Bear reality as Logan. Oh my god, this man. That is Squid. Well, he was mid-jump. Damn. Logan trying to go straight for a wall bang, an ambitious one. He might. Oh my god, if he went for that one. Jesus. And it's a 5v4. A very quick one, a very tragic one, as Logan clearly playing pissed off right now. The Paradox players meant to put down the bomb, and they are going for the gunfights. This is clearly entertaining to them. This is clearly on purpose. The bomb is not in anyone's possession. Nobody to hunt. I do not know what strategy this is, and if Paradox have a win, we'll have to ask them as Simsy falls. Logan trades 2 for the price of 1. He has a 3-piece in this round. KFC will be proud. Storm and Germ left to fend for Ace. The bomb goes down, 40 seconds. They are on notice. Do something. Storm yet to catch anyone on that Tundra. Germ will lead the charge. Let's see Germ. Let's see Germ. I want to see what Germ's thinking. Storm goes trade. Toxic is on the other side waiting. Storm leads the charge with that Tundra. might be facing the wrong way, and a snap will take Toxic. Jam catches Logan. Jam takes Nandi, and somehow a 1v1 against Dean. God. Sniper was underneath the car. 10,000 IQ play that bears Ace Gamers in the holy grail of leads. What a heist. That was an actual heist.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the S&D mode. PDX versus Ace Gamers. Welcome to the mode that is the Grand Theft Auto 5 or 6, because that's gonna be the next one uploaded. In Storm will find one. The Grand Theft Auto, the full-on TDM that is Storm picking up a double there onto Dean. A wallback coming through. Maybe a triple, maybe he can. Now John with a nade, throws it in. 5v3. PDX losing members fast. No great start for the round. And Squid fights a double with the VMP, and now Squid will fall. He has done his part. It's left for the 4 members of Ace Gamers to get the round and secure it, but the last man standing will be Simsy. Now Storm with a Tundra waiting in line. Knock will fall. That's Simsy picking up one, picking up a double with the Odin. Of course he knows how to make it work, and that's gonna be 1v2 now. Simsy versus 2. Storm with the Tundra waiting in line. Might be able to find him out, but it's behind. I mean, you check your corners. Check your corners. Simsy holding in place. They might be waiting for him. Yes, Storm might be looking at the wrong direction. Waiting for him out there. Sees the man. BMP now. Oh, there! Yes, it will come through onto Liquid. Now it's a 1v1. The Odin wins that one out. 1v1 now. Storm will go down, and Simsy, the man you are, fights 4 in this round. PDX will take back things into control, and Ace Gamers, well, they don't have that cushion anymore. They will tie out the round.
Forgive me, man. I am 30 and Jam is trying to raise my blood pressure. I'm still reeling off that drop shot quick score from that round where they took the lead, and now Logan starts off this round having freshly leveled things, and the Paradox players going straight at the Ace side, a complete onslaught overbearing the Ace Gamers side as Storm falls to make Jam the last domino against 4 men. A heavy uphill battle for Jam there. That man may have pulled off a stellar round, but this might be just too much to ask of him, because that bomb might not be down. He has 1 minute to take action, and Toxic shuts that down to take back the lead for Paradox. They want to see control.
Yeah.
The roles have
They
traded.
want to see control, man. They want to see that control, man. And if you're PDX, you want to get that control. And now the cushion, one cushion for you. And so far, the bomb has been picked up by Ace Gamers. They don't want to make PDX mistake. But then now, machine pistol, weapon of choice for Liquid here. The bomb has not been planted, mind you. That's going to be PDX now towards the A side, and Toxic on the HSD. Holding in line, being patient, maybe going for that wall bank there, but not going to be able to find anyone with a touch and bomb. You're going to have to be patient. Logan with the Tundra, maybe a little patience, a little anticipation might be the answer here. But then Ace Gamers sticking together, waiting for that bomb to be planted to signal their motion, perhaps. But then thrown in here, making sure those wall banks will come through. Lick from Logan. Now going for more wall banks. Logan not going to be able to find anyone. And so far, numbers are preserved on both sides. 5v5. He picks up Storm, and that's gonna be a fatal mistake for the man. Getting sent to the next round, bites the dust early, telling his teammates, well, I will counter you. Logan finds another, and that's Jam biting the dust, and 2 members from Ace Gamers disappearing out of nowhere. And that's another team. We'll find one. 2 members left for Ace Gamers, and it looks like PDX just might have this one in the bag.
Ace finally crumbling as reality setting in. Knock tries to carry the bomb as Liquids claims Nandi. Now a 4-man hill to climb against 2 men. Ace have their work cut out for them. They choose to focus on the B site. Liquids leading the charge, trying to protect the bomb holder. It's Knock who was in the back alley, trying to sneak their way in. Meanwhile, Dean will be waiting in that house and catches him on the machine pistol. Knock trades in, but Simsy finishes the job to make it 5 for Paradox, who are now breaking away. Reality is setting in for Ace Gamers here on this tournament. They may have pulled out a Hail Mary on hard point, a hard point Hail Mary on Hacienda, but reality setting in as the South Africans waking up on standoff. Storm carries the bomb as Ace are finding that a much harder task to put down as Germ falls first blood. Storm puts down the bomb. They might be on notice. 4 Ace gamers against 4 Paradox players. Bomb down at the A site. 40 seconds to take action and defuse. They have to kill all men and defuse that bomb. Knock starts with Nundy. Toxic takes 2 Ace gamers as Storm is left with Snark to fend off, and they successfully hold off a Paradox onslaught to stay within staggering distance. 4-5.
I mean, Ace gamers are gonna have to give me high BP, guy. Una go give me high BP, because what is this? What is this, man? I mean, it's starting to look like this might be a reverse sweep here. I mean, Paradox now 2 more rounds, they will take the round for themselves, and Ace gamers 3 more, and that's gonna be it for the entire fixture, and they will give Bear Extremity hopes. And I'm pretty sure they're watching this right now. If you're watching this stream and you're a Bear player, you want this match to end in favor of X gamers. You don't want to get to see that control, but then if the PDX do win, but that's gonna be 1 number falling, and in the favor of Ace gamers, 5v4 numbers are gonna be in favor of both teams, as Storm will tell his teammate good luck in the next round. I will see you there. And that's Ace gamers now losing 2 members there. Also on the side of PDX, 3v3 is your normal count, but now those 3 men, they know how to make it work. These are men that have made things work. Jam will, Squid will go, say goodbye. Simsy finds one another, but that's gonna be him taken out as well by Liquid. And so far it's a 2v2. The numbers are still tied. Both teams, and the bomb has not been planted. It's a front TDM, and Ace gamers will be the attackers so far, so they are tasked. But then Heavy is the head that wears the crown, like you would say, man. But then Liquid's now planted the bomb. That's what you should do. The objective should be working in your favor. And if you're PDX, you want to move for that defuse, and that Liquid going down by Dean, and 1 member left. That's a touch and burn from Jam. Now to 1v1, maybe a 1v1, and Ace gamers. Jam makes the clutch, and PDX will lose that round. Ace gamers now, the round are tied, and now if they take this round, man, if they take the next 2 rounds, we're not gonna see a control.
Oh, sweet Jesus. If this is the Ace that's showing up for next year's World Champs, I am pretty worried for everyone else. This is scary. This is scary. Knock carries the bomb for Ace, who have just leveled things, and Storm claims Dean as first blood, a prize. Logan will try and catch his wall bang. He takes his prize. It's Liquid who falls. Toxic, meanwhile, took 2 for the price of 1. Storm and Germ left alive to fend off a 4-man onslaught. Back alley, you know, they're trying to flank. Back alley flank attempt. Meanwhile, Storm and Germ will go at the A site where the bomb exactly fell. They need to do that and fast. Storm is a bit angsty to do that. He knows anyone could pop out of anywhere. He'll go for a wall bang. Ambitious, he might catch the man if he leans to the left. Not this time, but he's exposed himself. Now move for the A site. Move for the A site. Bring a round of roses in the town square. Nundy still planted firmly like a tree, just waiting. They don't have to move. They don't have to take anything as Jam falls. Storm still holding the bomb. Undecided, but he has no choice but to plant it at A, because he doesn't even know where the shots are coming from. He can't even tell. 30 seconds. He has to make a decision. Storm for Ace against 4 men. Toxic, Nundy, Simsy, Logan, Wolves hunting for prey, because make no mistake, Storm is the prey, and the HSO will catch its target. Make it 6 for Paradox. 1 round away from GG's.
Yep. But then I wouldn't count out this game so early, man. We did see what happened in the hard point. We did see what happened in the 4th round and the 7th round. And now we will get straight into the 12th round. And so far, you can tell that it's game master is going to be tension. That Storm taking down, getting set in the next round, saying, well, guys, we have tried, man. We have to give them that control. But PDX, I don't want to count them out too soon. It's game master might have something up their the sleeves, they might have something up their sleeve to tie things up again and give us another round of S&D. But then now, Germ on the Tundra here, LW3, and so far so good. Look at picks up another, will knock the wall bank come through. And that's not they picking up another. Now 2 men left. Look and find one man left to jump. The only person for Ace Gamers, 1-man army versus 5 of PDX. It's 1v5. If he makes this clutch, it's gonna be the absolute S&D of the league. Mind you guys, Ace Gamers, they are the ones with 5 points, and PDX with 6 points. And I go and say that, of course, the shotgun comes through, and PDX will take the S&D. So man, we get to see that control, man. We get to see that control.
My bet, I want to bet early. Control is raid, maybe. Production, someone yell in my ear, is control raid. Someone just confirm. I'm just betting it's raid.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I feel like it's going to be raid. Yeah? Yep. There he is. He just confirmed. Halo, thank you, Halo. Halo just shouted out, control is raid. Control is raid. So if you're gambling, man, the usual suspects. And what I've seen from either team is... Ace have it in them. This is not going to be a walkover for Paradox. This is not going to be that easy run for Paradox. They are going to suffer for that win if they get it. Ace, on the other hand, looking to pull off an actual money heist. There are the numbers. Logan dragging his men to victory quite literally. On the other side, Storm and Germ, who we will always remember for that drop shot snipe. My goodness, underneath the car, 10,000 IQ there. And it was not enough for them. They tried and they made Paradox work for that win. We head to control. The series is level. This is a best of 3s. If you're just joining us, this is Paradox versus Ace. Yeah. This is probably the most money you've ever seen. Okay, I'm not gonna there's a different war going on in chat. I don't want to see that. But there's a different battle going on in chat. Meanwhile, the actual entertainment on screen, if you're just joining us, is Paradox versus Ace Gamers, formerly known, you might have known them as NATO. Predictions for the final round, Black Matter.
Man, I know you want to put me on this edge, man. I know you want to do this. But then I will go for the side of Ace Gamers. Man, I do love underdogs, man. I do love underdogs. I love the fact that Ace Gamers are trying their best in spite of it all, in spite of the odds. But then PDX, they're trying to say, okay, look, if you want to beat us, well, we're not going to go that easy. And we're going to get that control. If you want to fight, well, let it be a hard fight. And so far, the fact that we got control means it just might be. But then let's see how the control rounds go. That's gonna be it. But ultimately, I will go for Ace Gamers. I want to see them come out on top. I want to see that come back. And like I see someone says PDX for the win. That's no bone. I mean, man, you have your team to support. I do appreciate the fact that you're supporting someone at least, and not doing other things that the other people in the chat are doing while we can engage them. But so far, man, what do you think? Do you go for PDX or are you going for Ace Gamers, man?
I am going for an entertaining control. I am looking forward because I have been pleasantly surprised. I'll be the first to admit I did not rate Ace to perform the way they have against Paradox. I did not see that coming. Not for 1 second. If you asked me whether it was going to be close, my goodness, I would not have said yes. I'm looking forward to an entertaining control round, but predictably based on what I've seen, Ace have it in them to finish the job. Ace have it in them to finish their job. They showed up in moments for that search and destroy, but they let loose towards the end, and Paradox capitalized. And now we start off again. Responsibility to put down to capture the site will fall to Paradox. Actually, yes. And they go for the conventional strategy towards the B site. They fully send the numbers as Ace will charge with defense. Keep your eye on the life count and that clock. Just in case they don't manage to cap the points, keep your eye on the lives and the clock. As the gun battles begin immediately, it's 25 to 23. Ace currently holding the life advantage by only 2.
Yep, defending really well. They all start out so well. One of us going to be found. The kill is going to be yellow. That's a double picked up by Toxic. A great start at that. back to get them back that life count lead. And 53, they're gonna have to get some captures in. Yes, they do. One tick almost locked in for the A flag. Stormfighter double, one with the machine pistol, one with the Type 63, and that's gonna be Dane responding. Simply with a 2-piece there on the XM4. Now may not be a good time as these gamers will lose more lives. Double take for PDX, straight capture at that, and these gamers, well, they did do a good job in the early games of the round one. None picking up a double there with the VMP machine pistol now. Weapon of choice for Storm, but the live counter in favor of PDX as that A objective will be lost by Ace Gamers. Okay, they don't actually lose. Yes, they do, man.
They do lose their life advantage, and now Ace are falling behind by 2 lives. They need to be meticulous from here on out because we're heading closer and closer into search and destroy territory. For every time we give them credit, they lose an inch because it's now 15 to 12 lives. The sites, meanwhile, the objective for Paradox has been capped, with A having gone. A being the harder site on paper has gone already. They've given themselves an extra 1 minute and 10-second cushion, which they've used up. So now down to the brawls because clearly they're not going to take B. Falling quickly and coming apart at the seams and fast at the B site. Nundi will fall in. Meanwhile, a face-off against VNex. He loses it. Dean comes through to try and flank. And now it's 7-6. 7-6. 6-5 in favor of Ace. 5-5 and quickly win, search and destroy. 5v4. Ace have the life advantage. No second chances for Simsy. 51 seconds. They will clearly not get the B site. Narc will take Nundi, making it 3. We are in search and destroy, people. No second chances. Dean, Toxic, and Logan have to fend off a 4-man onslaught because Dean took VNex. They can do this. They're still in the fight. It's Toxic, sneaky man. Tries to make his way towards the B side because an objective is still alive and a clock still ticking and not in their favor. Squid. Oh my goodness, Dean takes Narc. 3v3. We're even. Germ takes Logan. Dean trades in. Immediately, Germ takes Dean. And now Toxic with a Tempest. Storm on the Sparrow. Almost kills himself. And he does.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet. Ready up.
Man,
What?
that was absolutely crazy, man. That was crazy, man. You can tell PDX they really wanted that round for themselves, and so far, 8 gamers. I mean, if you're 8 gamers, you wanna keep up the hopes, man. I did vote for you guys. I did predict in your favor. So if not for anything, you wanna get that skill feed in blue, but that will be in yellow. Look at what War Machine did now with a double 2-piece on the Tundra, and you can tell that PDX off to a great start here. Life count's gonna be in their favor. No captures just yet, but that's Germ and not going to be taking our Germ. Not finds a 2-piece. Storm finds one. Logan still with the War Machine finding more numbers there. Storm with the machine pistol. 26-24. Ace Gamers keeping the life count close. Logan finds one onto Germ. The XM4 3 numbers for him now. Germ will fall, and the flashbang comes in there. But so far, PDX have the life count 25-21, and Ace Gamers losing life count fast. Not exactly a great job when it comes to the capture, but one tick will be locked in for the A flag. Storm will fall. The trade finds him, and Toxic will fall on his hands. Noxy with a 2-piece there onto the Sparrow, but Nundi will get shut down with a VMP. Logan now onto Squid, and I later on Simpson now operator skill up, maybe able to find 1, maybe 2, but that's gonna be him looking for a target here, holding in position. Maybe patience is the answer here. So far the life count still in their favor, and PDX will have that 1 tick locked in for the A flag.
I'm still reeling over that one last round because that's panic by Storm. That clearly was a bit of a panic on his part, and it's now clearly showing because Ace have been affected. They've fallen behind by 5 lives. Their responsibility to take the points, and so far they have none. With 30 seconds, the clock is not on their side. They're behind on the life count and the actual objective. They've halfway locked the B objective. They've stopped the clock there, but can they finish the job? It might not be done, and if they do, it's just to buy themselves a bit of time to bear down and knuckle up for the gunfight. Toxic has flanked successfully because the B site left unmanned and cleaned out, and being cleaned in the process. 5v10. B is taken, but it's just an extended time to be whipped. They've extended their time to be whipped by Paradox. They've just given Paradox enough time to
Yeah,
completely
two.
beat them down with a belt. Logan takes Squid. Storm and Germ left. 10 against 10 Paradox lives. Storm takes Simsy, but my goodness, for how long can they hold the line? Germ takes Simsy. Logan trades in with Germ. 1v8. It might not happen as a ring around of the roses. Behind that wall, Nundi might take this, and he will finish the job. VMP in hand, it was a decisive victory. Paradox, 2 in the lead and 1 round away from a full sail reverse successfully executed.
Yep. Yep. And I'm starting to think that this might be a scripted thing, because when it comes to PDX, I mean, they did lose the hard point. It was a close call, but that's going to be a two-pace. But then, it's gamers. I mean, come on, we want to see a reverse sweep. We want to see them taking this round, and it might just not be in store for them. Numbers going to be 4. Storm finds 1 onto Simsy, 27-26. And so far, PDX still maintaining that lead on the live count. 1 tick locked in for the view flag. Maybe a double jump with a Tempest. Finds 1 onto Logan. Team finds Knock, and more numbers will be found there. So far, Germ looking for his next tackle with the operator skill, but not gonna be able to find anyone. Squid will find Toxic, 24, 22, 21. Gin and Nundi making sure 2 members get respawned immediately, and that's 23-19. Numbers in favor of PDX are keeping it close, but it's gamers, man. You gotta get those defense right, because it looks like that B flag might get a second tick locked in soon.
And this might be the road to a Paradox victory, and they have taken it in kind. They have quarterway locked the B site. They commit towards quarterway locking A divide and conquer successfully executed, because they've drawn the ace numbers towards one side, and it's B. They have a free picking of the A site. It's all yellow on that side. No objection from ace on the A site, who seem to have learned they are losing numbers while trying to attack them. So just let them have it, and we'll knuckle down and bear down on B. They have it, extend their time. Will Paradox use that to just whip them like a rented mule? Squid falls. Simsy says, yes, we will do just that. Buckle up, boys. Put your diapers on. 20 lives to 10. A gap of 10 lives as Nundi takes V-Nex. Punishment. Pro Max with Simsy holding an Annihilator. Storm will take Simsy this time to stop that advance, but Logan and Toxic will add to the tally, making it a fast 4v18. The dominoes have fallen faster than we could count them. The rented mule has been whipped, and that Ace Gamer's Hail Mary shut down in its tracks. 8-12 is where the life count stands, and can they hold the line? Can they hold the line? Can they defend successfully? It's done.
Man, it's done. It's done. It's done. It's gamers, man. I mean, they did have a good run. They did show us an entertaining hard point, man. They did show us an entertaining hard point. We gotta give it to them. We gotta give it to them. Yeah, they did lose, yeah, definitely, but I mean, it wasn't exactly a one-sided beatdown. I mean, the control was, but then the hard point wasn't. The S&D wasn't. It was close. The control PDX just said, all right, enough of your theatrics. We're just gonna take the entire thing and go home. And we did see that control that Bear was hoping we would not. And so far, we can see the start here. Knock with the MVP, 14 bomb tied with Squid, even Stevens, and that seems here as well. And Logan's 18, 19, 21. You can tell these 3 were absolutely the monsters when it comes to the control mode. And so far, great win there from PDX, and great reverse sweep comeback from them, going from us 1-0 to a 2-1, making sure they take the series. It's absolutely impressive. And of course, PDX, man, I mean, we kind of saw that one coming. Carl did, man.
Huh? What? Who did? Did you say Carl?
Yeah, Carl did. I mean, I did vote for, I did vote for Ace Gamers. I did say Ace Gamers would come out on top. And yeah, Carl actually got a prediction right this time. Carl, have you any comments? You actually got that one right.
Black Matter, you're no longer my friend. You just gave that man credit at the wrong time. At the wrong time.
Ah, goodness.
Congratulations to Paradox, who just take the win. We'll be doing a post-match interview. We just have to get to know what player is coming on. We just want to know
Yep.
what player is coming on.
Yep.
Who is it?
Production will have to let us know though. But by the way, guys, I can see a lot of comments here. Yeah, okay, yeah, those are just banters. But then so far so good, man. Amazing display. Ace Gamers, I don't know what will happen, man. We did see a very good contest in the S&D. We saw a very good contest in the hard point, but the control, man, the control was just something. I mean, you did say that you were going for an entertaining control, right? So I'm gonna ask you the question now. Was that entertained? How are you entertained by that control?
No, not really. Because I expect the first round, yes, the first round was entertaining, and then Storm choked on the Sparrow. The man panicked, and I think that was the moment it went downhill.
Yeah.
That was the moment. And I'm telling you, just split second decisions like that can affect the mentality of the team moving forward. And that first round, because it was a 1v1, and now the other guy had used up his operator skill, and it was down to the Sparrow.
Yeah.
He could have taken it on the Sparrow. He had just taken it, and then he killed himself off with it. I mean, that was the moment it went downhill for Ace. That was the last entertaining round, because from then on it was a rented donkey beatdown. Just if we could, the game sound should have been a whip playing for about the last 120 seconds. Just a whip.
Yep.
It was it was painful for Ace. They just let go from there.
Yeah.
But congratulations
Yeah.
to Paradox, who now take the win. Still trying to see
Yep.
what happens if who we get to interview, who do we get to speak to from the Paradox side.
Yep, definitely. Production will let us know about that. So far, yeah, it was a pretty entertaining S&D, man. It was an entertaining hard point. We did scream at our lungs and so far. And yes, we will be getting Logan here from the side of PDX, of course, the winning team, for the post-match interview. And while we wait for him to join the call, man, we gotta talk about that control. We still gotta talk about that control. You did mention a point where everything went downhill, where Storm, I mean, with the operator skill, he panicked, and we did see some level of indecisiveness as well in the S&D, and that was one thing that cost them, the round. But so far, this indecisiveness and this mini, plays, this moments where you know very well that if you don't get it right, if you don't make the right move, if you're not bent on the right things. We also saw a situation in the S&D whereby he wanted to go into a corner and he did not slide. He just went in and dived in, and that was it. God played. We also saw very impressive plays, especially in the S&T. We saw impressive plays in the hard points as well. We saw impressive plays in both modes. But is he control, man? I mean, like you said, flogging and whipping, and PDX said, all right, you person that wants to make a home Hail Mary happen, we're gonna show you just how much of a Hail Mary you can't make happen by giving them that 3-0 lead. But so far, brilliant play from the side of PDX, and also 8 gamers. They did have a good run in the S&D and they had points, but unfortunately, PDX were just the better ones in that fixture, man.
Right, correct. Yes, they were. I'll get to those choke points you mentioned in a moment. But to speak on the games that have been played off stream, Up Against Extreme against Cyrix went 2-0 in favor of Up Against Extreme, beating out Cyrix. Axiom versus Aura 233 went 2-0 in favor of Axiom. The Ghanaians lose 2-0, no response. Sierra 7 versus Eclipse 2-0 as well.
Yep.
To the defining moments that you mentioned, yes, there's the search and destroy, the indecisiveness on both the S&D and that the control part, because that was 2 parts panic, 2 parts being undecided on where to go and what to shoot at. There's this movie, the movie Top Gun Maverick. Tom Cruise's character Maverick does say, "Don't think, just do." That's honestly, in a situation just like that, pray and pray is the best thing you can do for yourself, because overthinking will just end up in a Manchester City type loss situation. There's no good that comes out of trying to be too smart. None. And from then on, it affects the entire team. So yeah, those those moments we just saw, there was the moment where there was a bit of indecisiveness on whether to go for the ninja diffuse because he had plenty of time. When you see a moment for a ninja diffuse, go at it, think about the consequences later, but try, man, try. And then the control round, that moment with the Sparrow will just be a highlight, just to be replayed back for the A side because it was a grueling moment. It was a hard way to lose, and I just knew that something might not go right from that point.
Yep. And rights in favor of PDX, that will be. And so far, we saw some points there. I also want to mention a few of my own, man. I mean, we did see the S&Ds, a sign of a comeback from the side of Ace Gamers, especially that S&D. We did see them tie up the rounds 2 times. We saw a 4-4. We saw a 5-5. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Eugene. We did see a 4-4, we did see a 5-5, or was it a 3-3, and we did see those. And you can tell Ace Gamers, they really wanted to end things there. They wanted to avoid that control by any means necessary. And thinking about it in retrospect, it was actually a very good move for them because, I mean, the control was absolutely not in their favor. They had no chance there. PDX made sure it was all them in all the 3 rounds. I mean, the life counts weren't even close. The captures, man, the defense wasn't even close. So you can tell that, yeah, they wanted to avoid things in retrospect. They want to make sure that, okay, look, we don't get that control. But unfortunately, PDX dragged it out, made sure they got it in, got that control, secured that win.
Yep.
But yeah, so production
says we're skipping the interview. So apparently the player can't join right now. So we're just going to move forward and wrap up this live stream. That brings to an end today's fixtures for the day. And I'll just wrap up on my end. The name is Eugene Abu Dhabi, live from the Kenyan capital, where it's 7 minutes to midnight, and I will leave it to Black Matter. Oh, he's here. He's here.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's here, man.
He's actually joined. Hey. Welcome, Logan. We were just wrapping up, man. We were just the ship was sailing without you. Welcome. First of all, congratulations for the win. A job well done by the boys, but you guys cut it too fucking close. So, first question: what went wrong on hard point?
More so that I think Ace just caught us off guard. We didn't expect him to come at the amount of speed gameplay because we played them a few days ago and they did in the tournament as well, and they didn't come this close at all, not even halfway of what they did today. So we caught us off guard, but at the same time I think we were locked in, but not locked into the max.
Okay. So that was that the same situation for Search and Destroy, because again, until round number 11, where it was 5-5, it was still too close, guys.
Yeah, in the S&D, a lot of us are just doing some stupid stuff, like we picking unnecessary angles. We get a pick or two, then we think we can go for more. We just do it and we die. It just brings the S&D game close, you know. As we gotta just play the 5v2s out, we gotta play the 4v2s out, and yeah, I think we were just ego challenging too much, and just not also the comms when we did certain plays. I feel like the comms weren't at the best.
Okay.
So it could have caused us a few errors here and there.
Okay, this is going to be my last question. I'll leave Black Matter after this one to do it. During the control, round 1 was the last point where it was actually close at all. The point where Storm choked out with the Sparrow. Things had been going wrong until that point. Then you guys came back to form for the final 2 rounds. What went wrong for that? What was a bit difficult from that start for control?
I think for that start of the control, we normally don't push B like that after we get wiped the first round, but we kept doing it and stuff like that. At the start of the round, after we got wiped, I already started making my way to A, to mid, to start playing like off, because they were clearly stacking B hard, and that's where we got the A cap. But before, we were just too slow to react on rushing A rather. We probably like sent 2 waves to B.
Okay.
That first round being so close.
Okay. All right. Black Matter, over to you.
Yeah, it's gonna be the final question, Logan. Final question. We gotta get back to the hard points, man, because I need to understand what fully happened, man. Right. We need to understand what happened, man. Okay, look, here's my question. So far, we did see a very good lead your team maintained, right, up to that 200-point mark, and at some point you did lose that P3, and you tried to get some numbers out of the scrap time, and you couldn't get it, and somehow they took that win. What do you think went wrong? What do you think went wrong when it comes to that heel time? Why couldn't your team secure that heel time at that point in time when it was so close?
Yeah, good question. So I think it all started at P3, that last P3 before P4, which is the point I won on. That P3 we had them properly in the spawn. We spawn trapped both sides. I had the whole machine by archers. They couldn't come past wild spawns. And I think Sims and Tox were pressuring E-box spawns. So we had them pinched. They couldn't get to the point. But then I think we all had the mindset of let's just spawn trap them, not let them come to the point, which led to us not even playing the point, which allowed them to eventually kill 2 of our players, which broke them, and they just swarmed this point, and yeah, they got those scraps. And then which moved to P4, which it's the same thing quite happened literally. We just played too late. We kept tunneling in the same spot, and yeah, then they unfortunately just had 3 ops at the end, which kept us out.
Yeah.
I love that you're able to analyze and tell exactly the point where things went wrong and know what you needed to rectify for the future purpose. That's well done, Logan. And thank you so much. Congratulations on your win. Thanks for joining us on this post-match interview, man.
Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy your night.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, you too,
All right,
man.
we're going to wrap up again for the second time as a charm. Live from the Kenyan capital. It's 2 minutes to midnight here in Nairobi. The name is Eugene Abu Dhabi, your voice for African esports. Over to you, to Black Matter, to close things out.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, this is the National Mobile Pro League, a sport sponsored by Game Evo, and this is Black Matter, your host, as well as my co-caster here, Eugene Abu Dhabi, from Nigeria myself, and of course from Nairobi, Kenya. It's been a great time with you guys, and it's been an amazing game we've seen so far. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one on Monday. It's gonna be me and Carl. But with that being said, good night, guys. Have a nice night.
Chevy with the top back. Butterfly doors, watch some trouble when I stop that. Aim in my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Stay dripping on the road. Pop that, 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 pop pop that, pop that, pop that, pop that, pop that, pop that, dripping on the road. Pop that, 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 pop that. Reaching the top, my time.